Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is set for one fall with a 60-minute time limit. And it is for the Spark Joshi Pacific Championship. Introducing first.
I'll mention it again after the official introductions, but incredibly excited here to get to team up with Spark Joshi and get a defense of the Spark Joshi Pacific Championship. But man, if you're the champion, having a face-off against Lindsay Snow. This is going to be a tough one to say the least. Lindsay Snow. Not only is Lindsay Snow top talent here in Shine Wrestling all over the world, Lindsay Snow has been busting heads open and could be finding her way into a championship position in Spark Joshi.
Lindsay Snow is a dangerous woman. She can beat you in so many ways. Champ's gonna have her hands full with Lindsay Snow for sure. And I don't think I've ever seen a more determined look on her face.
Who's ready to go beyond with your hero?
And a young lady who absolutely surprised the world when she became the Spark Joshi Pacific Champion. But you know her here, Airica-Demia. We've watched her really grow up before our eyes in the last couple of years here in Shine Wrestling. And coming back, being able to hold that championship. I can tell you right now, Airica-Demia has been beaming since this match was negotiated between Spark and Shine officials.
A lot of guts to get in there with the Florida man. One of the baddest individuals on the planet, let alone professional wrestling.
Well, that's really the situation here. I talked to Lindsay earlier tonight, and she said, look, it's nothing personal. I actually like Airica-Demia. I like what I've seen, the growth of Airica-Demia. But guess what? I want that championship. I want to be lined up with Japan. And I'm sorry, kid, I'm going to have to be the one to take it from you. Nevertheless, we're going to find out in just a moment. Let's send things down to Michael James for our official introductions.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first the challenger. She hails from Jacksonville, Florida. She is the Florida Man, Lindsay Snow. And her opponent, she comes to you straight from among the panel. She is the queen of the box style, and your reigning and defending Spark Joshi Pacific Champion, your hero, Airica-Demia.
Airica-Demia getting to defend that Spark Joshi Pacific Championship for the first time. So let me give you a quick brief on Spark Joshi Pro of America. Since 2023, Spark's been working with, you name the company in Japan, and they've had a partnership. They've been able to bring some of the best women from Japan here to the United States. First time ever getting to work with us here in Shine Wrestling. However, yours truly has had the opportunity a couple times to hold the action at some of the Spark Joshi events, and I've been able to see the fact that when Airica-Demia back in June at Spark Ignite, Texas, in Baytown, Texas, defeated Bert Vixen and Mil Yamashita, well, that tells you something right there. Listen to those names, especially Mil Yamashita, former Shine champion. And for Airica-Demia to come out of there as champion, anyone here who underestimates Airica, you better not.
Yeah, it's exciting to get the first opportunity to see a title defense for Airica right here on the World Wrestling Network for a newly won championship. You mentioned that three-way where Bert Vixen was the champion in that matchup, that Airica walked away as the Joshi Pacific champ. And yeah, Mil Yamashita, if you follow women's wrestling, you know the name Mil Yamashita, not just here as a former Shine champ. She knocked off the AK-47 Allison Kay in New York City back during WrestleMania weekend 2019 in a very controversial finish. For those of you who remember back then, a referee stoppage that some people were not happy with. Saw her take that championship along with her Tokyo Joshi Pro belt back to Japan, where the AK-47 was able to follow her to Sapporo and win that title back just 1 month later.
And it wasn't long ago, Miyu came here to face then champion Ivelisse, and they tore the house down. So like you said, that's some street cred there to be able to say, hey, I'm the one that beat them.
Hey, to sit here, I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of people at home right now, guys, that's listening to that entire history lesson being narrated by Lenny Leonard. I'm here to tell you, dude, I'm just sitting back with a smile on my face. And this is a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys letting me do it, but Lenny, having you back is really special.
I'm super happy to be back. I wouldn't have missed it for the world, not just because I only live 15 minutes from here. That certainly helps. Ow! But, nice forearm shiver right to the back. But, think about all the women. And there's a cover here looking to retain the championship. Kick out by Snow. But all the women who've come through the doors of Shine over the last 13 years. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Daphne, of course, who was such a huge part of the start of this company.
God bless her.
She is certainly missed, and she would have been a great addition to this show as well. So shout out to the Scream Queen, who I know is watching with a smile on her face tonight.
Absolutely loving this action. Of course, if you're Airica-Demia right now, you are not loving getting it head first. No way to defend herself. Lindsay Snow had both arms of Airica-Demia and just kicked the young lady through the bottom turnbuckle.
Lindsay makes you forget about that height and reach advantage really quick. She's just so much power into that short frame. But I mean, if she's not in there again, ruthless.
There go the teeth of Airica-Demia, who's about 2 years into the sport and needs a dentist right now. And is this a new champion? Our official Gator Roberts calling this action. But like I said, Lindsay Snow heading towards at least 9 years in the sport right now. She's the only blood sport champion. She's a badass. Feeding Allison Kay. Once again, no knock on AK. We love her. And Layla Hirsch.
No, I actually called that show back in the day.
Oh, yeah, you did. So you can say how tough Lindsay is, bottom line. As Airica dropped down right there. Quick Michinoku. Leg is hooked.
All the body weight on the chest and another 2 count.
That was just dead weight out of nowhere, too.
Oh, submission attempt coming here. Got the hooks in. Look for the rear naked choke.
And it is the center of the ring. Or as I say that slightly off, now that I got this angle, I can see still a little bit of a distance for Airica.
Yeah, I don't know if Airica realizes how close she is to the ropes here. She's got those long legs, just needs to try to reach. I think make it to the rope, but I don't think she knows that she's that close.
I think just finally perhaps starting to get it, but young lady, the lights could be going out. The Spark Joshi Pacific Championship is on the line, but able to force those shoulders down, official out of position. 2 count only, and I'll be honest, guys, normally I don't throw it at the official. I think Airica just had a win stolen, or I think Lindsay had an extra second or 2 to breathe and keep the submission on and make it worse.
Yeah, it could have been a little bit of a slow count there by the official.
It was a slow get down. I mean, again, I'm not picking on the official, but I want to make the point of the damage that was done on both sides.
Hey, nobody's ever been given the name Gator because they're quick, all right?
I know there's an insult there. I'm not sure what it is. Eating the feet, though, right there. Little soul food, if you will. Can Airica start to come back?
Using that height and length advantage there, but beautiful strikes. And I would not advise to get into a striking battle, but Lindsay's totally out of it.
I'll give credit to the champ for swinging for the fences there, but I don't know that I want to get into a striking matchup with Lindsay Snow. You want to use your speed, use your quickness, stay outside. Right there's a cover. Back press legs hooked and another near fall.
I'll agree with you guys, but hanging out with the talent in Spark Joshi has definitely made Airica-Demia tougher. I think if it was a year ago, 2 years ago, and she was facing off against Lindsay, and I say this respectfully, I think Lindsay would have eaten her alive. Instead, right now, you're seeing a champion looking like a champion, pushing one of the best wrestlers in the world, and here in Shine Wrestling and Lindsay Snow to the limit. This match has been very even so far.
Very confident champion. I got to call that one event with you in Orlando, Trevin, and hold on a second. Lindsay, thought we were looking at a new champion, but I had called that event with you, and I was looking at you half the time. I couldn't believe what was going on. The action was impossible to keep up with, and I hate to be a homer, but I just find myself, it's impossible to not root for Lindsay Snow in this situation.
Look on the face of the challenger here. I don't know if Lindsay thought, that Airica was going to be an easy night at the office per se, but the look on her face makes it feel, at least to me, like Lindsay thought this was going to go a little bit differently than it has so far.
Yeah, wholly possible. I mean, Lindsay's been through hell and back when it comes to the death matches, elsewhere in the sport. And the fact that right now, yes, Lindsay's in control, but to your point, I think she did think it was going to be a little bit of a different match. I give it to the champion for fighting so hard, but if Airica can't slow down Lindsay, it's going to be a title change, but look at the headbutt.
To headbutt Lindsay Snow is something that, again, I would say not advisable, but seems to be working, and she's left wide open. No way to defend herself.
And a fist to the face right there. You said it. No way to defend herself. Little leniency here from the official due to the importance of the match.
Smart ring awareness right there on the part of Lindsay Snow. Got tagged, was a little bit unsure of her bearings, but realized how close to the rope she was, rolled out to the floor, and just bought herself some valuable time out here.
I think a little unsure of her awarenings is light way of putting her lights out.
Well, Lindsay, sure enough, to be able to take Airica and dump her face first there into the apron. If the teeth weren't already chipped, man, you know they are now. Airica-Demia definitely has a date with the dentist.
Well, I know one that works about 90 miles from here that seems to have a little time on her hands.
Oh.
Recently.
Appointments available. All shifts.
Specializes in wrestlers.
Lindsay right now, feeling it. Airica's prone, and what a knee outside of the ring. Good night, champion. Ouch.
Yeah, she's right at home. As soon as the nastier it gets, the more comfortable Lindsay Snow is.
And that's
just punishing her opponent.
That's the thing, from that perspective right there. And here you go, the bow and arrow, the knees in the back, but Airica slips out. Can't keep down Lindsay, who bridges out. And now it's got the crucifix. Do we have a new champion? No.
Back and forth they go. All leverage and positioning here. Jackknife pin attempt.
Well done by Airica, but again, the counter from Lindsay.
Neither woman able to keep their opponent down for more than a quick 1 or 2 count. It's the boot to the face, though.
And I think Airica didn't quite realize at first she had missed it, and now sees the... Not only Lindsay still having the signs of life, but Lindsay now taking down Airica. And
Lindsay's in the ropes.
What? That can't have been on purpose. That had to be an error.
Referee pointing it out to Lindsay. Again, I knew she was knocked silly earlier, but I'm not sure she knows where she is, guys.
She seems to be a little irritated that the referee stopped the count, so I think there may be something to Trevin's theory here. Small package.
And that's enough.
Here is your winner, and still the Spark Joshi Pacific Champion, your hero, Airica-Demia.
Oh no, Lindsay taking out Airica-Demia. And I think Lindsay's been pushed past her point. I think Lindsay really believed she was coming in here and going to become the Spark Joshi Pacific champion. And
she's got to be disappointed.
And not just disappointed, but we have not seen this side of Lindsay attacking somebody after a match. Ridiculous. Well, nevertheless, despite the actions of Lindsay Snow after the match, a great first defense ever by Airica-Demia against Sparky Joshi Purusu of America. You can learn more at sparkjoshi.com. A great opportunity here for Shine and Spark to work together. Hope you guys enjoyed the first half so far of Shine 83, our 13th anniversary.